up? I hope that you're all doing alright. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome if it's your first time here. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope that the start of your new year has been good, and if not, all the best, and hope that it gets better. And if worse comes to worse, it's just another year, innit? Like 2023, it's basically 2020 part 3. I feel like time's just this like limbo area where I feel like I've not caught up since 2020 like ended. I feel like I'm still stuck in that year. Hopefully like it moves on now, but yeah, anyway, today I'm actually doing one of the build requests. I thought I'd kick off the year with a build request. I've only done one so far and I've got like quite a few to get through. I'll be honest with you, I have really like hyper fixated on this one. I've been planning it for a couple of weeks now, but as you can probably tell by the title, we're building a farmhouse. It doesn't really look like a farmhouse that much, I don't think. Maybe it does, I don't know. It's quite like a big house, innit? The interior is definitely like farmhouse style. But basically, I built this build for Stephanie Brown. I've seen your comments on my channel before, so I hope that you like this build, Stephanie. Thank you ever so much for the build request. I had a lot of fun putting this one together, but yeah, I've been working on it for quite a while, like getting build inspiration, getting the colour scheme. I'll go over their prompt and like what they like asked for and everything. So it's not a pack restricted build like initially, but I did end up pack restricting it just for the sake that like everybody can enjoy it. I can't remember how many packs I used, but I did use quite a lot of expansion packs. Off the top of my head, I used Cats and Dogs, Discover University, Seasons. What else did I use? Maybe Cottage Living. Yeah, Cottage Living. I also used the Country Kitchen kit, Laundry Day stuff, My First Pet stuff, which I know is controversial, but there's a reason for it. And I think I used one item from City Living, but the full details of what packs I used will be in the description. But yeah, Stephanie said that they would like a yellow house with like a nice front porch, nice back garden, and they wanted a farmhouse sort of style. So I got the shell sort of inspiration from Pinterest. I'll put it on screen and everything for you. Obviously it looks nothing like that, but the shell and like the shape of the house is pretty much like the same or close to it as I could get, because I wasn't really sure like what shape to go for. When I did a bit of planning of this build, I found some pictures on Pinterest of like yellow farmhouses, but they didn't like look right. I wish I could have incorporated like an image thing into the Google Forms, so that, because this person said that that they've got a picture and they're trying to like recreate what that picture looks like with words, and I completely get where they're coming from, but I was just like, oh, I could have done with seeing that picture, but never mind, it's fine, it's not a big deal. I hope that it looks alright anyway. I don't think it proper looks farmhouse on the exterior, but the interior has got a farmhouse inspired sort of decor style, so hopefully it looks alright. As for the colour scheme, I really tried with the yellow like side paneling stuff, you know, the base game one that comes in like a yellow swatch. Maybe I'll change it when I upload it to gallery, but for the sake of the video, I don't know, like there's just something about it I was like, oh, I don't like it, it looked weird, I just couldn't get with it, you know what I mean? I just thought it was a bit too like mustard yellow looking. Maybe it's my reshade that kind of makes it look a bit extra, but I ended up using the Country Kitchen kit stone wallpaper, and there's like a pale yellow swatch of that. So in different lighting it looks like more yellow, in others it looks a bit more like cream. In the lighting that I built it in, it looks a little bit more like a pale cream colour, doesn't it? But it is yellow. And yeah, I thought I'd include the footage of the floor plan, but I didn't include me creating the bathrooms just because they're like basic bathrooms. Oh, I didn't fully go over the build request thing. So yeah, I've already said on that they wanted a yellow farmhouse, front porch, they wanted a nice back garden, they wanted it to be for a family with a mum and a dad and twin girls. They said you can make the twins or the rooms alike or different in their styles. Would like the girls to have their own room but have a common area where everyone in the family can come together, watch TV or play games together, preferably a 2-story house. And they would also like each kid to have desks with like computers or tablets. Kitchen, just wanted it big enough for the Sims, and then maybe room for a cat, a fish tank and a gerbil. So yeah. Oh, and they also wanted a woodworking station for the dad and a flower making station for the mum. And I think I did all of that. in the actual like speed build in the video and everything, you don't see me put down place for a cat, but there is one. I went back at the end of the build and just put down some pet balls in the kitchen, and then I put down a small pet bed. I can't remember where I put it. I might have put it in the bedroom, but there's space for a cat anyway, and I think I put some toys down as well for the cat. And yeah, hopefully I got all those boxes. I think I did. I think I got all of the animals anyway. Like there's definitely a fish tank. First time I ever placed the hamster cage. I don't know if there's gerbils. I was looking through the, because you got like hamsters, rats and a hedgehog thing with, what's it called? My First Pet stuff. Don't know why. I think they should have just come with cats and dogs, but then like it's not Sims for pets, is it? Sims for cats and dogs. Either way, we got like rats with that, like pet rats. And there's a hamster called Hammy, but I didn't see a gerbil, so I don't know if there is a gerbil and I just missed it, or if the hamster's fine. I mean, obviously you could change it if you wanted to, but there is one of those like small pets. I think they can like kill your Sims, you know. I think you can get like a disease off them. I'm not sure, but either way, I've never played with them and I've never like placed them down, so we're a bit of a different like thing for me. They've got quite like a colourful cage, bit over the top, in my opinion. Like a lot of things in Sims 4, a lot of the items are just like big, kind of for no reason. I mean, it kind of makes sense, like a hamster cage should be big, like they're not supposed to be these little tiny things, I guess. But it's got like all these like little pipes and whatever else. I haven't play tested the build as of yet, but I will do before I post it to the gallery. So obviously everything will be functional, but I think I'll try out the hamster cage and see how we get on with that. But yeah, we're just doing the upstairs part of the build now, and I'm starting with the parents' bedroom. I've already done the 2 bathrooms in this build, and by the way, it is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom build, but then it's got a lot of like extra rooms. It's quite a big house, to be fair, especially the downstairs. I was kind of struggling with the layout and what I wanted to do with the downstairs bit. There's a lot of like space and things for your Sims to do. But yeah, for the parents' bedroom, I just went with like the first watch I came across on that bed from Cats and Dogs, I think it's from, and I quite like the green. I don't think I've ever used that before, so I went with that, and it just kept it quite simple. They've got quite an odd shaped bedroom just because of the way that I did the floor plan, but this was like one of the ways that I came up with to fit in 3 bedrooms, and then I wanted like a playroom for the twins. Now that I think about it, I wonder if Stephanie wanted me to build, because they said would like the girls to have their own room, but I don't know if that means shared room or like their own individual rooms. So now I'm thinking about it, maybe I've misinterpreted it, but they've got their own bedrooms. They do have slightly different styles. I would say that one of the kids is a bit more like girly. They've got quite a very like pink bedroom. Went with the pink carpet, which I don't think I've ever used before, or maybe once or twice, but I liked the, you know, like the white furniture with the pink things, so like a pink carpet, pink accents on the wall, pink like just things rather than everything in the room being pink, because I'm not like super keen on proper pink bedrooms. I think they just, I don't know, something about it, it kind of like, I don't know, it makes my eyes feel a bit like, whoa, chill out, there's too much going on. But yeah, they've got quite like a girly bedroom, feminine bedroom, whatever you want to call it. And then the other twin, it's a little bit more on the like neutral side. They are twin girls, like the house is intended for, but I thought with this bedroom it could be for any like gender. I mean, they both could be, you know what I mean? It's not just because it's pink with love arts, don't mean to say it has to be for a girl, but I would definitely say that this bedroom is more like neutral. And they've both got desks. This twin has got a slightly bigger desk because they've got slightly bigger bedroom, and they've both got laptops as well. I gave them the ones from Discover University just because I liked the shape of them and that. And I kind of pictured that this twin would be more of a creative twin, so they've got some like craft things from Parenthood. Oh, that's another pack that I use, Parenthood. And they've got a bookshelf in their room, cute little carpet, rug thingy. And I was going to put an easel in their room, but I ended up putting it in the, what's it called? The playroom thing. I can't remember if kids, like child Sims, can use easels. I don't think they can they? I think I was thinking about Sims 2 because I played a bit of Sims 2 recently to get a look at the goth house, like when I renovated that in the Sims 4 for my save file. And I went onto the Sims 2 and kids can paint on that. Do you know, I don't know, but they've got an art table, they've got an easel. If children can't use easels, then I guess they'll have to wait till they're a teenager, or maybe like one of the parents can use it, I don't know. But either way, or they could have friends that come over, they could have like older friends, who knows. But yeah, they've got a bit of a playroom, bit of like a common area for them to have, where it's got a bit more space for stuff. Like they've got a little bookshelf, a couple toys in there, the art table, and yeah, I don't know, I just wanted them to have like their own little play area thing, because they don't have massive bedrooms, but then the little play area is not massive either. So I just like decorated it minimal. Well, not minimal, but you know what I mean, like I didn't overfill it with items because I did want it to be functional. And the colour scheme of it is a bit all over the place because I used a lot of different items that are from different packs and everything, but I think it looks alright. I think for a playroom, like in real life, how many people actually have a playroom? I mean, we never had out like that. We had an attic when we lived at the house where it were like before my littlest brother were born, and he only lived there for about 3 years. And then we moved. He didn't move out, but yeah, we had an attic, but that was just like general storage, and it had a lot of my brother's trains and stuff, but it weren't like cutely decorated. And anybody I know that is lucky enough to have a playroom for the kid, it's like it's just got a bit of everything in there, because it's like the kids' toys. They might have like a little teepee thing or a tent, or you know what I mean, like they're not supposed to look proper put together and perfect, because it's just a room where you chuck all your kids' stuff in and it's like, there you go. At least in my experience anyway. But if you're lucky enough to have access to a playroom, I just think that that's what most people do, like just put the stuff in. But yeah, anyway, for the kitchen, I had to go with the Parenthood counters. They give me a very strong like farmhouse sort of feel. I really love them in that white swatch, especially with like the sort of light coloured countertops. I used the blinds from My First Pet Stuff. These are one of my favourite blinds in the game, but I thought, seeing as I'm using it to place down like the, what's it called, the hamster cage thing, I thought might as well just like use it. But obviously if you don't have My First Pet Stuff, you'll only really be missing the art table, the blinds, I think the rug that I put in there. No, that's from Cats and Dogs, I think. Oh, I can't remember. But either way, there's not loads of items from My First Pet Stuff, so if you don't have that, then you don't really need to worry about it, because there's not loads of items, like I said. And same with like the country kitchen stuff. It's the wallpaper on the outside, and then there's a couple of decorative stuff. And I forgot how much I like this kit. I don't often use kits when I build, because I know like because there's so many of them, there's a good chance that not everybody has them. It's kind of the same with stuff packs. I don't use a lot of stuff packs, and when I do, I try and gravitate to the more popular ones like laundry day stuff, which I did use in this build, but I kept a lot of the laundry day items just to a laundry room, which is typically what I do, just in case like the person that downloads it doesn't have laundry day stuff, then they're not really going to miss out on the items, you know what I mean? They just have to replace whatever's in the laundry room or whatever else. The downstairs floor plan is a little bit odd. I think I changed a little bit of it. Oh no, I made a hallway somewhere, because the rooms are like quite long, but they're like skinny, so it makes them a bit more difficult to like furnish and everything. But I wanted the kitchen and dining room to be like, you know, like open plan. I didn't see the point in closing it off, because it's obviously like the shape of it, it's like a long skinny room. But yeah, I quite like how it turned out. It's got that very like warm, cozy vibe to it. And I went with a colour scheme pretty much across the whole house, where it's a lot of like creams, beiges, white wood, like light tones, just because I think that suits the farmhouse sort of vibe like the best. I just really like that, and it kind of made me want to build a modern farmhouse. I really enjoy building them. There's just something about them that I really like the style of. But yeah, I'm really excited to go through the other build requests, and this one was definitely more like guided than the first one that I did, but I still really enjoyed it because it did give me a lot of like creative freedom. And I just liked all the prompts, like, oh, they wanted a woodworking station for the dad and this for the mum, and you know what I mean, it kind of took away the pressure of thinking like, well, what does this person want? Like, are they wanting it for gameplay? Do they want it for like a certain family? Do the family have a certain type of, you know, interest, skills, whatever? So it was very direct, and I really liked that about that. Obviously, if you do want to submit a build request, you're welcome to. You don't have to make it direct. You could literally be like, build me a base game mid-century house, please, and you know, do whatever with it. Like, I don't mind either way. But I've had a look at a few of the requests I've got, and I can't wait to get around to doing them. And I can't believe I've not done it like this earlier. I don't know why I never really like thought to do a build request for. To be honest, I think I only just figured out recently how to set up a Google form, and I don't even think I've done it properly, to be fair. It's very like basic, and the way that I look at the results, it shows it me in like a pie chart, so as though like it's a multiple person answer thing, like it's collecting all the data, but I just want individual responses. So every time I click on it, I see the pie chart and I'm like, what's this? Like, I don't want to see this. And then I remember like, oh, you've got to click on individual responses and then you can read it. But it's a bit I don't know, maybe I'm not using it to its full potential, but yeah, but I'm glad either way that I've put it together, and it's been fun building this house. And yeah, I did give the dad a woodworking area. I kind of made like a garage, like laundry room, utility room, whatever, where it's just got like a bit of everything, bit of storage, some like fishing tackle up on the wall. Kind of imagined that the dad would be into fishing maybe, and then there's some gym equipment in there, and then obviously the laundry stuff, and then mum's got her own little room where she can do a bit of gardening or flower arranging, which again Stephanie did ask for a flower making station, and they've got some pots in here for like indoor planting. I thought that would be like quite a cute thing to add. And I think at the end I like changed a couple things, I can't remember. There's a little side table thing. Oh, do you know, I think I did. You'll see in the screenshots any like changes that I made, but there's a side table thing in, oh, what's it called, Cottage Living. It's just decorative, but it looks like a place where you can like pot plants and stuff, but you can't, it's just decorative. And I kind of came across that near the end of the build, and I was like, oh, I should have used that in there, so I think I ended up changing it. And then I went outside and started doing the landscaping, and then I was like, oh my god, I've not finished the interior. So we start off, I forgot to record the porch thing that I did, and it's probably a good job because it took me ages to settle on how to do it, because it's like quite awkward to roof. But yeah, I decorated the porch a little bit, like the back porch, with some plants, and I'd like this canopy thingy. I don't even know what they're called. I guess it's like a, do you know, honestly I don't even know what they're called. You know, it's like a lattice roof and then they've got plants on it. I guess just that, it's a lattice roof or something in it. But yeah, I just made that with fences. I put down a barbecue, a few plants, a tree, and then I was like, oh my god, I've not even done the interior. So I went back, but I thought there's no point editing that out, because obviously you can see when I'm doing the interior that I've obviously started some landscaping. I was going to just put it at the end and like put it all together so it makes sense, but I thought whatever, I'm not going to mess about doing that. I'll just explain it in the voiceover, like what happened. It happens. Sometimes I'll like start doing the interior after I've done the shell and everything, and I've not even decorated the outside, and I start putting windows down and it looks a proper mess, and then I'm like, oh, I need to start over because I've just rushed ahead onto interior. But yeah, this is the living room. It's just the main living room. I wanted to put a fireplace in, and I also did a chimney at the end as well, which I also forgot to record because I didn't know that I was going to do a fireplace, so I didn't put a chimney on the outside. But yeah, I did put the fireplace down. Just thought this would be like a cozy area to like sit. I wouldn't class this as the common area where everyone can like come together and play together. They did specifically say that they wanted a common area where everyone in the family can come together, watch TV, play games together. I wanted 2 rooms for that, mainly because in my mind, when Sims come over, you want to have an area, you know, like visitors and stuff, you want to have an area where you can sit and stuff. And then I thought, like, I really want them to have a fire, but then the rest of this room wouldn't have been able to fit like all the other stuff. So they've got like 2 living rooms. So they've got this room where it's like basically to sit and chill. They've got a bookshelf, they've got what may call it, chess table, and then I ended up moving the fish tank in here. And I thought this would be like the main living room, but I kind of wish I'd have done it different. Do you know, I might even change it now because I've not done the screenshots yet. Maybe it makes more sense that the main living room would be closer to the front door, and then, oh, do you know, I annoy myself sometimes. I'll probably just leave it, but now I'm wishing that I did it the other way around. But this is the actual room where Sims can sit and play games. I put the hamster cage in here, and I also put down the games console from City Living. That's the only item that I use from City Living, so if you don't have that pack, don't worry about it. But it was just bugging me, like I wanted them to have something else to do. And then I also put down the card table where they play cards or whatever it is in this room. I think I did anyway. I'm pretty sure I did. But yeah, that's about it for the interior. And then the other room, I just made it into a hallway. But now I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I should have done it the other way around. Like I should have had maybe this be like a, I don't know. I don't even know how I would change it. It's like such an awkward floor plan. I didn't really spend as much time on it as I normally would, but I just wanted to get the build like done. I wanted to get like back into my normal routine and just crack on with building and get into these build requests and stuff. So I think I did like rush the floor plan a little bit, but you know what, it's fine. It works out. Like your Sims can play cards together if they want, they can play with the hamster, they can watch telly, they've got loads to do. And like I said, I think I ticked all the boxes that I wanted to. But yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed at that. I'm not going to hyperfixate on it, I'm just going to let it go. It doesn't have to be perfect, we can have a bit of an awkward floor plan, it's fine, the rest of the build is okay. But yeah, I'm really excited to do the next one. I think I'm going to do another build for the save file next, and then I'll do another build request. I've not got like proper loads, but I do want to get through them because I don't want to end up with loads and then be like behind, you know what I mean? And I don't want people like waiting forever. And then yeah, finishing off the back garden now that I remembered to finish off the interior of the house. I also went back and did the front porch a little bit as well. They did ask for a nice front porch, and I didn't really get what like that meant specifically. So I thought maybe if I just put some chairs on it and like a little flowery thing or something. But yeah, it is. It's, I wouldn't say it's like a nice front porch. It's just like a basic one in my opinion, but it's nice enough, like the front porch and everything. But yeah, for the landscaping, I just went and did what I did out front. I kind of liked having that like random hedge. I don't know, there was just something about it. I felt like it were a nice like divider between plants, because sometimes I think with landscaping it can be like overdone, you know, with like plants and flowers and everything, which this family is no exception to. I did place a lot of flowers and plants and all that stuff, and ended up cutting it down with the video just because it's a bit repetitive and everything. And then I put down some little benches with the yellow parasols because I thought that that were good for the build. You know, it's a yellow house or somewhat yellow. And yeah, I think that's about it after the landscaping. Put down a swing and some other little finishing touches. And then after that we'll be at the screenshots. I think there's a couple of extra bits that I did, like finishing touches and stuff where I go around the build and whatever else. But yeah, you'll see the finished sort of thing in the screenshots and everything. And if you do want to download this build, my ID is HutchPlays. I hope that you all enjoyed watching this one. I had a lot of fun putting it together and chatting to you and everything. Thank you all so much for the support in 2022, and here's to 2023 being even better. And yeah, let me know if you got like a New Year's resolution or something. Do you do that? I don't really do that. I have like general goals and stuff, but they're not really like cause of the new year. Like I just have them anyway. But I'd be interested to know, like, do you have any goals for yourself for this year? Do you have anything that you want to like achieve, accomplish, do? Is there somewhere you want to travel? Let me know. I'd be interested to hear it. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I hope that you all have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Bye.